good day, yeah. Now, I mean, remember, this is not going to be any spoilers. I'll try not to put any spoilers here, but yeah, for this thing, I wanted to talk about two big HBO TV series, TV series packs, TV series or whatever you want to call it, and that is of course The Wire and Oz, two great TV series, because I thought that after I finished watching Oz, I felt that I wanted to compare them to, because these are two great hallmarks of HBO, and things that HBO can be very, very proud of. And just to say very, very simply, man, because I had this talk with an associate of mine, what HBO do I think is completely wonderful. I think HBO have been a beacon of hope in this entertainment wasteland, I mean, the whole mandate they have of like, you know what, you're the creator. Tell us your story and we'll step back. We'll give you 55 minutes, 58 minutes, even an hour to tell your story, and we'll sit back. You do what you do to your story and we'll sit back. I think for me that is excellent, because that breeds creativity, and hence it's produced Sopranos, it's produced Oz, it's produced The Wire. And I'm sure other people will remind me of other stuff that HBO has also done by this mandate they have. Excellent. Going to The Wire and Oz, and I think for me, I just want to just say, basically, the key difference between these two TV series, again, they're not going to be any spoilers, but there's just a very broad comparison between the two products. For me, I think, looking at them as a whole, The Wire is a novel, and The Oz is a TV show. I mean, people say, okay, whoa, double H, please elaborate. Of course, I'll elaborate. I think with Oz, the first season of Oz was excellent, completely enjoyable, very, very, very good, very, very entertaining, Again, season 2, 3, 4, I mean, the first 4 seasons, I mean, they were very, very good, but that first season was excellent. But then, there were great bits in the other seasons. And then from this second half of season 4, and season 5 and season 6, it became too much like a TV show. It became like if they were forcing things too much. And I just felt like if I was only watching something on prison, because really season 1 was like, wow, this is an excellent commentary on prison. This is done in a very creative way. Obviously with Harold Perrineau Jr. playing the narrator and making some excellent points about the prison system in America. As well as other very interesting points as well relating to jail and prison and society. But then I just felt like, with those later seasons, it felt like if they were just forcing things a bit too much. And it became a TV show. We now look at The Wire. See, the beauty of The Wire is that The Wire is a rare thing. I don't think that there's ever been something like The Wire before. I doubt it. Please tell me. Why The Wire is rare and unique is that from season 1 to season 5, they never change. And it's like you've read a book. There is not one more second you can add to those 5 seasons. There's nothing. It's basically, as Lester Freeman says, all the pieces matter. And you look at season 5 as a whole, it is one whole thing, and they maintain the theme and what they're going from the very first minutes of season 1 to the very last minutes of season 5. They don't change what they are. That's why I say it's like you've read a book. It's like with Oz, I felt like in the later seasons, remember, not the early seasons, in the later seasons, I felt with Oz, they were trying to just entertain. They were trying just to create entertaining and edgy scenarios, and they were forcing it so much. But with The Wire, I just felt like, it's like if these guys are almost in a vacuum. Like, I've never seen anything like this. This doesn't seem like a TV show. This just seems like if it's literally has been fully thought out. It's the blueprint has been done to the finest detail, and after you finish, you're like, wow, man, you've gone on a journey from season 1 to 5. You've gone on a journey that has been very consistent. Different gradients based on the different topics covered, but has been very, very consistent. And I think basically, I mean, going even further, I think obviously, I mean, Oz is done in a very creative way. it's done in a very off-the-ball way. And I think that feeds in through them using the very, very clever tactic of having Harold Perrineau Jr., the narrator, narrate things. And also the twist that he's also in the prison as well, but he's also narrating. But he's not only narrating in the sense of his character in the prison. His narration and him as a narrator is a character within itself, separate from what his character is in the prison, which makes it very, very interesting. And obviously, the way he narrates, the way he explains the prisoners coming in, the way he explains the prison systems, the costumes they make him wear, because the costumes relate to the topic he may be talking in, is very engaging. It's very, very interesting, And especially in that, that's season 1. I fully recommend people who, if you enjoy The Wire, you should watch Oz. I really think you should watch Oz. Remember, the later seasons, they're still good, but not as strong as the early seasons, But I still recommend you watch Oz. But I think the difference is that Oz, it's a lot more creative. It's a lot more, has a lot more panache. And it's trying to do things, trying to make things interesting, trying to be a bit more off the wall. For The Wire, it's pretty much like you're watching a documentary, Because again, in Oz, there's music, Obviously, the music isn't very encroaching, but there's still music done in there, In The Wire, music is only played once. And that's obviously in season 1 when you see String, Barksdale, and I think basically the other, that other guy, I've forgotten his name, basically when they walk into the pit to see D'Angelo. That's the only time music is played. Throughout everything else, boom, it's just like you're watching a documentary. Another thing again, in Oz, by showing that this is a TV show again, they might show what's happened before, so they'll have a very quick flashback to remind the audience. But for The Wire, there was only a flashback sequence once, and that was in season 1. And I think that was actually in either the first episode or the second episode, but I think that was in the first episode. And I remember David Simon saying that he didn't want any more flashbacks, So because The Wire said, no, look, man, we're not a TV show. We are challenging the audience. If you missed what happened, unlock, because from the very beginning, The Wire is saying that they're saying we demand your attention. We demand you to switch on because all the pieces matter, which I find very interesting, But I think, again, the beauty of these shows, and I think the similarity is that you can't, I cannot think of any other network or even any other network in any other country that would produce shows like this, shows that are as edgy as this, the commentary that Oz makes on the prison system and the way it's done, and obviously the writing in it, it's what Tom Fontana did with that Oz, it's very, very interesting, and again, some great characters. Again, when we talk about the characters in The Wire, some of the acting in Oz as well, akinnuoye-agbaje, he was Simon Adebisi, excellent acting. Eamon Walker, Karim Said, excellent, superb. One of the characters that literally cracks him up all the time, the Aryan, J.K. Simmons, Ben Schillinger, excellent acting. I can't pronounce his name, I think it's Lee, something like that. I think he's Norwegian or Scandinavian. He basically played Beecher. Beecher, yeah, and excellent again. But I think, really, it's just so refreshing, and I think that has been the refreshing thing of this decade. Although Oz was in '97, but I think we're looking at it broadly. What HBO has done. These are two fantastic products. Two absolutely fantastic products, and the thing is that something like Oz, you probably won't get that in a feature film. If they deliver that